increasing newer technology that's coming up, it's only going to add up to our day-to-day quota of screen time. In one of the interesting studies, in some of the countries, even in our country, in developed country data, is an average individual is spending around 7 hours of time in front of the screens. Is it good? Is it bad? Does it have any health effects? Especially from eye point of view, as an ophthalmologist, I would like to discuss the impact of screen time and how to overcome this screen time. Let me show you through my presentation. I may take around 7 to 8 minutes. I'm sure you would get benefited by this, because though I am adding to your screen time in a way, but I'll help you to overcome the impact of screen time through an understanding of this. Shekhar Eye Hospital has been doing a lot of such educative programs. We have been getting good response and more requests these days, and hence an effort like this. So before understanding the impact of screen time, let us see how the eye is. All of us know the eye is made up of external protective covering, made up of upper lid and lower lid. And the black of the eye, the beauty of the eye, is called the clear transparent cornea. On the surface of cornea, a very thin and fine layer of tears is there. And inside the eye, you see a small round pupil, which is an aperture to control the entry of light into the eye and out of the eye. And then inside the eye, you have more complicated and more sophisticated structures called a lens of the eye. It beautifully moves itself in microseconds to bring into focus the near ones and distance objects. And as we want to see whatever the object of interest, it brings it into sharp focus by a very fine movement happening in very minuscule of a time, even without our knowledge, by a process called as accommodation. The lens is there. And finally, all these things will put the image on the inner surface of the eye called retina. That's a very sensitive nerve layer of the eye on which the image is focused, and the same image is converted into electrical signals and sent to the brain, where our brain processes. So many complex things are happening. Now let us see how the screen time impacts that. This can be the functioning of the eye can be compared to a camera. So now we are able to see near ones and distance ones both. So this is happening through a process called as accommodation. Some people have some kind of a focusing errors called short sight or long sight. Short sight is also called as myopia, in whom the near images are a little more clearer than the distance images. Other set of refractive errors called as hyperopia or the far sight. For them, the distance ones are more better compared to the near ones. Both are blurred in these cases, but it's better compared to the near ones. And a third category called as astigmatism, in which the image doesn't come to a point focus, meaning some amount of it is focused, some of it is not focused. Why I am telling these things is nearly 15 to 20% of the people either have some kind of a refractive error, and those who are wearing glasses and seeing screens, in them the impact is going to be little more, and hence it's better to know about the functioning of the eye. What is the present day scenario? Wherever you go, you just have to count people who are in front of the screens, whether it's a bus stop or it's a railway station or an airport or an office or even at home. Many times people are on the screens. The average one which I was talking about, 7 hours, this is another study which shows about 6 hours 25 minutes being the average. Some of the devices these days give you the average that you have spent per day. I'm sure it's 3 to 4 hours and more. And not only the screen time, the percentage of people involved in screen time is also high. This also has an impact directly or indirectly. Now that we know how the eye is made up of and how the eye is functioning, let us see the screen impact on three different categories. One on the surface, second one on the focusing part, third one on the inner one. To tell you very briefly, we can say there are 5 impacts of screen time. 5 impacts of screen time. One is blink related. Second one is focusing related. Third one is the very light that we see from the screen, the light related. And the fourth and fifth ones are slightly not directly connected to the eyes, but they're important. One is the posture, the other one is the social impact of it, and there is always another element of unknown effects of screen time which may unfold in the coming years. What are the symptoms of these screens? One is many people come to us with burning sensation in the eyes. And sometimes people say towards the end of the day, their eye is becoming reddish, streaks of red lines are coming up. Those are the blood vessels which are becoming more and more prominent. Some people come and complain to us with excess watering. And in those who have other additional eye problems, or if they are taking it too long, all these problems, then they may even complain of headache, and some may have intolerance to bright light. There is one more element of people getting irritable, not having good sleep, all those things. If you allow this computer vision syndrome or increased screen time impact on the eyes, the symptoms may go on to become nausea and vomiting, and then a lack of enthusiasm, and so many other kinds of problems. And those who are using contact lenses, they will have additional problems because of this. And those who are susceptible, or those who have a history of headache called as migraine, then they may be getting more frequent migraine attacks. We described 5 impacts of the screen. First one we said is the blink related. What is this blink related? I don't know how many of you know, each minute our lids blink around 12 to 14 times. But if you observe a person who is keenly in front of a screen and count without his knowledge, when you count with his knowledge, he may uh, blink voluntarily. Otherwise, there is what is called as an involuntary blinking that is happening. Without our knowledge, it's happening. It's around 12 to 14 times. If you count a fellow in front of the screen, he may be blinking 7 to 8 times. In severe cases, maybe 3 to 4 times itself. That's because your attention is so much focused on something that's happening so close to you that you may not be doing what is actually essential and what is involuntary. So this leads to a condition called as dry eye. Dry eye. See here in this picture, if you see, there is a tear producing gland called a lacrimal gland, which produces tears which come on the surface of the eye. And when we blink, the eyelids spread the tears in a smooth and uniform way. You will be surprised to a layer of 7 microns, 6 to 7 microns. That's about the size of a cell. That fine layer of tears is put on the surface of the eye. This is required for one, protection of the eye. Second one is for the clarity of vision. We may wonder what can this single drop of tear can do to our eye. It enhances the quality of vision. For a person who is not having this good quality tear, the quality of vision may be just 30 or 40% or even less than that. So that is the importance of this tear. But when we are in front of screens, this blink rate is reduced, and hence there is a kind of an impact on the surface health of the eye as well as the quality of vision, which may be leading to the redness, eye strain, blurry images, and so many things. The first impact is blink related. How to overcome this? Blink well. So one has to be conscious of good blink rates. Some people put a lot of water into the eyes to overcome this. That's not good. Some people use medications, may be okay, but that cannot be a lifetime thing. Best is to have good, healthy blinking habits. Second one is on focusing related. What is this focusing related? When we look at something, we need to get a sharp image of the object that we are seeing. In this case, it is the screen. So to bring that sharp image in this diagram, what you are seeing, this lens of the eye, it's a small thread-like thing called zonules. Using that lens moves forward and backward and becomes bigger and smaller. Like, it increases its focal length and decreases its focal length depending on the object that we are focusing on. What does it mean? When I am looking at a screen, constantly my focusing operators are working to get that image into focus. It is something like, if I ask you, can you hold 5 kilos of weight in your hand? You will say yes. Okay, then I'll give you 5 kilos of hand, 5 kilos into your hand, and I'll ask you to hold for 1 day. What will happen? Your hand will get fatigued. If you keep it down and take it up again, maybe you will be able to hold. But if you have to hold the same weight for long period of time, a fatigue will result. Similarly, in the focusing apparatus of the eye, when it is focusing on one object, and then if you look at distance, it relaxes, and you come back, it again focuses. During this intermittent change of focus, there is a kind of relaxation that is happening. But if you are in front of screens, glued to the screens, then these focusing operators will have a fatigue. This is where one will get eye strain, headaches, and blurry images. So second impact is on the focusing operators. How to overcome this? Don't keep focusing on the same object for too long. That is where we bring in that 20-20-20 principle. What is this 20-20-20? Every 20 minutes, take a break at least for 20 seconds and look at an object which is 20 feet and away. What is this 20 feet and away? That's around 6 meters. When we look at far off thing, like, when I'm looking at something which is far away, more than 6 meters, my focusing operators totally relaxes. The magic of this 20 is, when you look at something which is 20 feet and above, the focusing operators is at rest. And if you give that rest for about 20 seconds, the eye will be thankful to you and the strain will come down. Then again, you can come back and focus on the screens. So remember, focusing related damage is also happening. To overcome this, give 20, 20, 20. For every 20 minutes, give a break for 20 seconds, look at an object which is 20 feet and beyond. Third impact, we said, is light related. So whenever we are seeing a screen, some amount of light is coming to us. Light is a mixture of various colors. Even the sunlight is a mixture of various colors. We all know about the VIBGYOR. It has even more range of colors in that. Some are visible to us, some are not visible to us. Similarly, from all these screens, whether it's a LED screen or LCD screen or various kinds of OLED kind of screens, whatever screen you have, light is coming to you. And in this light, there is a blue range that is there. What is this blue range? Blue range is the one which is going towards ultraviolet side. The natural eye has a protection mechanism against these harmful blue rays. It filters it and doesn't allow it to go inside. But when we are looking at these screens, there is an element of blue light that is coming, and there are certain theories saying, this might be harmful to us. There are both positive sides and negative sides of that. The positive side of it is, the natural light itself has a lot of blue light, and it has not affected as much. And hence, whatever this blue light that's coming from the LED screens or the various kinds of screens that we are talk of is very minuscule compared to the natural blue light we are exposed to. And hence, one good news is, many schools of thought, they say it may not be harmful. But there is another one. In a natural light, there is a combination of various lights, but in screen light, there is a more blue component and onto the one side of the spectrum. When light is more skewed on one side of the spectrum, contrast sensitivity will be less. What is this contrast sensitivity? On a white wall, if I write a very fine letter using very fine ink, very fine grains of gray, some people can make out that, some people will say everything is white. Another example is, on a white wall, if there is a small stain somewhere, some may notice, some may not notice. The ability to make out that fine difference in shades is called contrast sensitivity. When more of blue light is coming from the screens, the contrast sensitivity will be less, and hence the eye may find it very difficult to focus that and get adjusted to that. So that may lead to the eye strain that I have shown in this diagram. So the light related impact can be due to contrast sensitivity and the eye strain part of it from the screens. Another one is you have seen some people seeing screens in dark rooms. That again gives this contrast difference. The entire room area is dark and only the screen is bright, and so much of difference is there in the illumination from the screen to the background, again the strain will happen. So light related impact because of the ambience lighting, because of the light that's coming from the screens, and also the blue part. The right side image that I have shown here is about the possible impact on the retina by the light related damages. Not to worry, these are theoretical things. As on date, if anybody asks us, do you need to protect yourself from the blue light from the screens? Most of the doctors say, don't worry, there is not much to affect the eyes. No need to wear those blue filtering lights. But there are small percentage of doctors say, what is the harm you wear that blue filtering lights? So uh, I am balanced in that. So personally, I don't advocate that saying, you should wear that. For me, following the blink rate, giving the 20-20-20 and having an ambience lighting, these things are more important than to worry only about the blue light and forget rest of the things. There is another school of thought saying, you wear anti-reflection coating glasses to have more clarity of vision. Okay, I will say yes. That is for those who are already wearing glasses. If you're already wearing glasses, just get that anti-reflection coating glasses on the surface of the lens that you are wearing. That enhances everything. But if you are not wearing glasses and your vision is perfect, there's no need to wear anti-reflection coating glasses for the sake of filtering some harmful rays. Indirectly, it may help by reducing the dryness, because the direct blast of the air conditioner or even the air will not be there on your eyes, and the dryness part will be benefited, but not because of the cutting of the harmful rays. Hope I am clear in this. Regarding the blue protection glasses, I leave it to your choice. It's not recommended medically, it's not approved kind of a thing. And if you are already wearing glasses, anti-reflection coating glasses will help you on that. Now, I spoke about 5 impacts. The fourth one is related to the posture. May not be directly connected to an ophthalmologist, but it's required because you need to maintain a proper posture, proper distance from the screen, and the proper positioning of the hand. Otherwise, similar to what we said, holding 5 kilos of weight in your hand for a long time, similarly maintaining bad postures can have impact on your neck, shoulders, and elbows, and even the wrist, and even on the knee joints. So multiple impacts can come in there, and hence be aware of your posture also. And the fifth impact, the social impact. So these days, people meet up for their alumni meet after 20 years, 25 years, and then families meet after months and years. But if you see that meeting, most of the people, 60 to 70% of the people, and in some meetings, 100% of the people are on devices. So this has that social impact, may not be directly connected to an ophthalmologist, but this is one of the impacts that we need to keep in mind that's happening. The other one is the question mark, the unknown impact of these radiations on the human body. We all know X-rays, if exposed for a long period of time on human body, can lead to cancerous cells, and then it's dangerous to the human body cells. So we know that radiations have an impact. So even these are part of electromagnetic radiations, the 4G, 5G, and whatever G that's going to come. So that question mark still remains. I do not know about that, but let us keep in mind that question mark so that we'll be careful about all the screen time as well as the associated technology and its impact on the health. With this, I would like to conclude today's session. Stay happy, stay healthy, take care of your eyes. Sarvendriyani Nayanam Pradhanam. Eyes are the foremost of all the sense organs. Preventive eye care and knowledge about eye care helps a lot in ensuring healthy habits and healthy life. Thank you very much.